Hi guys, you won't believe I'm in Chile. This name I had heard for the first time in a deep level when my brother came here like 15 to 16 years back and he was in this country for 6 months. I never thought that I am going to be in Chile, the most southernmost part of the planet Earth. And today I have got a beautiful couple. And what a beautiful spiritual coincidence that today they are celebrating their marriage anniversary. Guys, happy marriage anniversary.
Thank you very
That's
much.
Sergio, that's his wife, Doctor. What's your good name, ma'am?
Fabiola.
Fabiola. So it's an honor for me to interact with them. And of course, I know Sergio from the last few years on the email, but from the last 1 year, I know him very well in person. So that's a big opportunity for me to speak to you. And since it is your marriage anniversary, and of course, I write from the soul. You know it very well, I write from the soul. And of course, Chile is the country of poets. The two poets, what I know, the Pablo and the Gabriela, these are the two famous poets of Chile. That's I know, because that means since my brother arrival, I started studying about Chile. So I would love to understand more about the Chile literature, the people, how they think about that.
People in Chile enjoy a lot of culture, like not only literature, but music, art, painting, all kind of festivals, and even partying, celebrating in any way they can. So literature is a really important part of art for us. We have Pablo Neruda, Gabriela Mistral, who are very famous artists. Pablo Neruda even got a Nobel Prize.
Yeah, that's Nobel Prize. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so we are really proud of that, together with all the kind of art Chile has.
So, what you felt the similarity between India and Chile in terms of the culture, in terms of the literature, in terms of the people?
I love got related to in India because it was a religious and spiritual place. Here in Chile, we're a very religious country. But what impressed me of India was that people like really live their religion, spirituality. It was something true. They apply to every way of living and in everything they do. Like I think sometimes in Chile, like they are really religious, but they don't apply it really to their lives. Like it's something separate from everything.
I feel that the people that live in India and the ones that live here in Chile, maybe they share the happiness that they express in their lives. No?
Very true, ma'am. Very true. So, I would love to understand what the Chile people, what the Chile politicians feel about the Asia, about the India, in terms of the business, in terms of the politics, in terms of culture, in terms of people to people contact.
I think it's a great opportunity for both countries to work together, and it's a big opportunity for Chile to work with a country like India, such a big and important country for the world, and such a business and industrial power. It's impressive, all the technology and the, the speed at the rate at which it is growing. It's impressive. Like when I was in India, I couldn't believe it, how all the factories and buildings everywhere, construction going on, such prosperity.
Guys, it must be very romantic that you propose yourself, both of you, at this mesmerizing desert. Yesterday, that means your mom was telling that means this particular desert, no rains at all from so many years, and still you can see sometime the rainbow in that particular blue sky. Must be beautiful place. Let one day we be also there. Even you also have the Patagonia on your side. How's the place?
Yeah, I visited the Patagonia at least 5, 6 times, and it's an amazing place. Like so much the forests, the trees, lakes, mountains, ice in the mountains. It's a really place to be with yourself, to think, to relax, and disconnect from all the fast timing of work.
Even Gonzalo made a bicycle trip over there with some friends. So you have been visiting the place like few people had.
Wow, wow.
Yeah.
That's good, very impressive. Patagonia is really beautiful. So it clearly shows now the Indian young kids, they have started learning about Patagonia, about the Chile, and they have started traveling. And for my industry, I belong to the stone business. So in our stone business, we have a stone named Patagonia. So guys, that name has come from this part of the world, Patagonia. So besides the Patagonia, any other places that whenever we come to Chile, that means we can check it out, we can go there, we can have a great time. So do you have such type of the places?
A great place to visit here in Chile are the ski resorts. They're really close to Santiago. For example, in 1 hour you can be from here to the ski centers. So during the winter they're excellent, some of the best in the world. People come from all over the world to ski here.
Can be skiing in the morning and looking at the sunset in the sea at the afternoon.
That's
In the
beautiful.
same day.
Wow.
And if you came here during summer, maybe you can visit the south of Chile. It is a little bit warm, but you can also enjoy the thermal waters. There are some resorts over there also that they have different activities, maybe some horse riding. No, you can do different things here.
For Indians, of course, Antarctica is always very fascinating, and you are blessed that you have the Antarctica in the south corner. So, can you also guide us? That means, in case somebody wants to go to Antarctica, how the Chile can be a transit point?
It's really difficult going to Antarctica because the weather there is terrible. So most people go by a cruise to the Antarctica, but the storms are awful. It's really hard to get there, and it's such an isolated place with no services at all that even people that go for a longer period, they have by law to get even their appendix taken
Yes.
because there are no doctors, nothing there. So
It's very uncommunicated.
yeah, no communication, no times of the year. So it's a really dangerous place.
Maybe a little bit more near.
Yeah, that's right.
There are some cruise is the word, no?
Yeah.
That go near it, or
Okay.
you can have the experience of navigating through the icebergs and watch the almost frozen water inside the cruise. No, there are smaller one. My parents.
They have been there.
Yes.
How is their experience?
Very nice.
Wow.
It is called Scorpio,
Okay.
and you can drink whiskey from the ice of the iceberg. It's like a little bit more magical experience.
India is a big country. Of course, Chile is also, that means you are from the north till the south, very slim strip. But India is a big country. India is a big country, really big country. And at the same time, that means the beauty of the India is we have 25 national languages in constitution, but what we say, we have got 40,000 dialects. 40,000 dialects. And India is a country of God. We have n number of the God. And that clearly shows that the Indian people are very spiritual, because even we treat the tree as a god, even we treat any animal like a god. So that's the way we look towards the life. And at the same time, that means India is blessed that we have all type of the temperature, all type of the topography in one country itself. If you go to the Himalayas, we have very freezing temperature. We have the desert. We have the tropical places also. We have the peace. Whatever you prefer to have, this is a country completely blessed. India is well known for yoga. You know it very well. And of course, yoga is also part of the spirituality. Meditation is a part of the spirituality. So those parts you should also experience. Whenever you come to India, go to the different places where the yoga, the meditation is being practiced. That is going to give you a different perspective to the life. So India gives a lot of rejuvenation places in terms of the soul. If you see the stories of a lot of big personalities of big tech entrepreneurs like the Steve Jobs, even the Mark Zuckerberg, he was stating that when he was moving like he was wondering what to do in the life, he went to India with the reference of Steve Jobs. He met one saint in the Himalayas, and that particular saint gave him the complete different perspective to the life, and he came back and he started more focused. So India gives that particular energy. So you have to be there. Of course, we have a lot of tourist places, but I personally feel spirituality is very important while we are on the planet, and that is going to change our life. So you guys are always welcome, India. Always welcome. And whenever you come to India, always keep in mind 2 days for spirituality, because that is going to change your life. When you are going to be back home, you are going to practice it, and you will be seeing a lot of changes in your life. And that's very important. This beautiful relationship of your marriage anniversary has to be for eternal. And we believe in reincarnation, and of course, it has to be many births. You won't believe Indian weddings are very spectacular. You must have seen the Indian wedding on the TVs on that one. We spend a lot of money. In India, the wedding is a big economy. Indian weddings is also very big. You are going to feel what a magical that means. And we have the marriages, like of course that means in the big cities we have like for 2 days up to 7 days. But if you go to the rural area, still they have the ceremonies for 1 month. For 1 month. So you can feel that means the marriages are like the center of any family, that means, and we live for the marriages. And for family, the marriages is the most prestigious event of their life. So that is also India. So you can see, you can feel in that particular way. And at the same time, India is a very ancient civilization. Very ancient. What we say, thousand years. Even we have lot of manuscripts of the 10,000 years back. So that shows, that means in India at that time how it was very much advanced in terms of the technology, in terms of the literatures, in terms of the medical sciences and all that stuff. Now here I've got few questions for you. So whenever you speak to your friends, of course now you are exposed to India a little bit. Whenever you speak about your friend about India, what they think first, what come in their mind first, what is India for them?
When I was there, even I was impressed by all I saw and all the technology and all the spirituality, like much more than I thought. Because here we're spiritual, but in another way. We don't apply it like really in our lives. And in India, I saw it how everyone, even when working and living, thought of spirituality and made their lives better, more happy.
Of course, whatever you have said, absolutely right. This is the same feeling I also have about the Latin world feel about India. But here I would love to clarify one aspect. This is the most important part. India is not a dangerous country. Of course, India have the foundation of spirituality, and the people are very open, very warm, what the lady was saying. And of course, at the same time, that means, I was telling you yesterday also, Rodrigo is coming to India every year from the last 11 years. Not a single time he felt afraid. Of course, that means you can have the people maybe in the night 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, drunk. Of course, they will be behaving in that way in any part of the world. That's very much common, very much common. But otherwise, the people are not looking for your money, for all the stuff. People are very helping. In case you are going to ask anything, you won't believe that people will walk with you. Make sure that means you reach to the destinations. It's like that. That means the Indian people, that's a part of our culture. And for us, that means we always say Atithi Devo Bhava. This is like an idiom. What it means for us, every guest is a god. That's the philosophy we have. So that's the reason that means anybody comes to India, we always treat them like they are the god for us. So that speaks itself. So I would love to tell to all the Chilean people, come to India with positiveness, and of course no need to afraid at all. India is a very safe country. And of course what Sergio was saying, India of course too much advanced in the technology, and I'm sure you must be aware now India has become one of the superpower in the space technology. India, few months back, India was the first country to land on the polar part of the moon. That clearly shows. India is sending the satellite to the space at the cost of the one Hollywood movie. So that clearly shows how India effectively, cost effectively sending the satellites or the missions to the space. So that is India. And at the same time that you have been speaking about the movie is also a very interesting subject. And of course that connects a lot. And I personally feel movies, yoga, these are the two soft power of India, and even the Indian food. Cinema or the Indian cinema has become a big phenomenon all over the world, and it is making India very popular. I always tell to everybody, whenever you have to watch one Indian movie which is going to connect you, whenever you have the time, watch that movie Three Idiots. Three Idiots.
Three
Idiots.
Yeah.
And you will feel the real India, you will feel the movie, and movie is so perfect movie. You will laugh, you will get emote, you will correlate with yourself. It's like a global phenomena.
Okay.
Check it out. Check it out. And one more movie is nowadays getting very popular, and that is part of the very much rural India, but you can feel the humor in that. Lapta Ladies. Lapta Ladies, Lost Ladies.
Okay.
That is available on the Netflix. Don't miss it, and then you will feel more about the Indian culture. And especially in 3D, you can feel the importance of education in India. Since we are talking about these soft powers, what about the Indian food? Have you tried Indian food ever? Of course, yes. Of course, yes. What about you?
Not quite. I mean, here in Chile, Indian food is like a soft way of Indian. Like not spicy at all. Maybe there are one or two Indian restaurants, but it's not like the original Indian food.
You cannot have it.
Es que,
To have the original Indian food, you have to come to India. Then only you can feel it. You can feel it.
You told me everything was spice, even the non-spice was spice.
Of course. In India, if you even say zero spices, even they are going to bring some spices, and that's enough to burn you up. But I would love to say, if you can manage spices, then Indian food very delicious, very delicious.
Yes, you
I loved it.
You loved it. Even the teas.
I'm missing Indian tea. I'm missing Indian tea.
You don't
That's right.
drink tea.
When I was there, I loved it completely. But I came back to Chile and started looking for these teas.
This is a special way. This is a special way of making noodles. This is not like the dead way. You have to boil it up. You have to put a lot of spices, herbs, and then you make the Indian masala chai.
Yeah.
So India has lot of soft powers which relate to the world. As we have been speaking about the movies, spirituality, yoga, Indian kitchen. Of course, nowadays the space technology, the IT. Now the IT has also become a soft power. Whenever anybody speaks about IT, they always speaks about India. IT is like that. That it has become like a brand ambassador for India. So India has got like that power. So here I would love to ask you, do Chile also have like those soft powers? So anybody sees that particular aspect and they say this is Chilean.
Okay. Well, Chile, maybe I think that it is known because of the wine, no? It's a very strong power. And also because of the different places that we have, no? The desert, the central part, the southern part, even the Antarctica, no?
That's right.
I think we're famous because of that we have everything in a very one country, no? And I think that those are the stronger ones.
Guys, let me add you a few more. Of course, as far as the Chile is concerned, that means nowadays it has become a soft power. Why? Because of the minerals, especially for lithium. As soon as the lithium name pop up in any corner of the world, the first name comes Chile and Argentina. And of course, you are ruling copper. 20% of your GDP is completely, that means copper. 60% of the world export dominated by Chilean in terms of the copper. And of course, they have the Solomon fish. That's also very popular. Very popular all over the world. The people speaks about the Chilean Solomon. It's like a delicacy. It's like a delicacy. Guys, one more thing, that means I have learned that Chilis have big varieties of the bread, and they are the second largest consumer of the bread in the world. So that speaks a lot. So in case you are looking for bread tourism, wine tourism, this is a perfect country. Guys, don't miss to visit Chile. As far as Indians are concerned, that means since we are talking about the sports, we know very well that Chile is a strong power in football. And as far as the politicians are concerned, of course, that means that is on the little bit on the deep positive side, that is Mr. Augusto Pinochet. That means whenever his name used to come, that means you always think of Chile. That means in that particular part. Of course, those 16 years had been like a dark period for the Chile. So that particular politicians is also very well known in Indian side. That means even sometimes, that means in the textbook we also have his name. That particular time, that means it was like a dark era for Chile. So that's what we know. But that's very good. Now from Indian side, let me tell you, that means what are the famous. Of course, I always say to everybody, India have two religions. Of course, we officially we have a number of religions, but what we say unofficially the two religions on which India breathe, India live. The one is the cricket. The cricket is the sports originated from England. It's like a baseball. And then movies. These are the two religions Indians are ready to live for, ready to die for, ready to do any stuff. So the celebrities generally come from that particular part. So like in the cricket, we have Sachin Tendulkar, Virat Kohli, these are the living legends. For the politicians, we have a very good politicians like that. For Mahatma Gandhi, of course, all everybody. Even I was surprised to see Mahatma Gandhi statue here. Yesterday, your mom told me, Chinmay, this is the statue of Mahatma Gandhi. So everybody knows Mahatma Gandhi. So Mahatma Gandhi is also a soft brand ambassador of India, representing Indian values. So that speaks a lot. Then at the same time, for the movies star, we have n number of movie stars which people are crazy for. You won't believe that. Means I was telling one time, I think to Rodrigo itself, one very famous Hollywood actress. She was in Germany, very famous, and she was coming. That after the shooting, she was returning back to the hotel, and she saw thousand and thousand people outside the hotel, and she thought that means everybody came to meet her or to greet her, and that means to wave her. When she entered into the hotel, she was surprised to see one Indian Bollywood star. People are getting crazy, and she told, for the first time I saw the stardom. What is the stardom? Because India is 1.5 billion people and the movie is a religion. So any movie star is like a god there. Is like a god there. So that's the India is in terms of the celebrities. And beside that, of course, we have a lot of good politicians, and of course we have a very good prime minister at the moment. That's why India is growing so fast. So fast. 10 years we have made a dramatic changes. And we are expecting India is going to keep growing like that, because now the foundation has been created and India has to make a leap and bound growth. So next 20 years, 30 years, Indian story will be there. So, and that's the reason Indians have started exploring to the Latin world, especially the politician side. Now the Indian politicians have started coming here, bureaucracies are coming here, businessmen have started traveling to this part of the world. So this relationship is going to keep growing in the coming time, and that's the dream what I have and what I have seen with my Rodrigo Saab always. That means this two countries, two continents, they have to grow together. So here I would love to ask you guys, what message you have for Indians for Chile?
We would like to invite you, if ever you have the opportunity to come to Chile and South America, to come see us and learn more about our country. And it would be a big honor to have you here.
Muchas gracias, muchas gracias. And I'm looking for that day more and more Indians comes to this part of the world.
Yeah.
That's the dream I have. For the Chilean people, I would love to say, if you are looking for the spirituality, like your mom, yesterday what she had been speaking, she's too much into spirituality.
Yeah.
She knows a lot of stuff about India. So you have to come to India to experience live. So this is going to be a pilgrimage for you guys. In terms of business, for the businessmen, I would love to say India is the next coming power. So guys, everybody have been asking me, in the podcast, you always pop up a name, Rodrigo. Who is Rodrigo Sahab? So let me have an honor to introduce you that particular gentleman, Rodrigo Sahab. He is from Colombia, lives in Miami. Guys, I know you would love to learn more and more about Rodrigo Sahab. Don't worry, I'm going to have a podcast with him very shortly, and you are going to see this gentleman is speaking, sharing his views for India, and I feel now he's a veteran of India in the Latin world. He can represent India very strongly, and he do it. Sometimes you won't believe he speaks to the other people so fluently about India. I feel so amazed. Let me learn him more about India and how he is spreading about India in this part of the world. For today, that's enough, but before that, let me give a big clap to the romantic couple of the day, Signor and Signora. Happy marriage anniversary to you, both of you. And let God bless you for the eternal love.
Oh,
Thank you.